Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? I want to welcome you to Deborah's Journey. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to be going over my February 2025 budget with you. And before I start my budget, I just want to say I really hope everybody is sticking with their budget, sticking with their goals, your resolutions, whatever you call it, to improving your health, your financial picture, or whatever you have planned for this year. We're in month two. I know sometimes it's easier said than done, and a lot of times people stop doing what they said they're going to do mid-January, but keep going. Do not stop. Don't let anything deter you. If you fall off, get back on, okay? We are going to be consistent this year. We are going to do whatever is necessary to make sure our finances are in order, our savings is tight, and that we're on the right track. We're paying off debt, and we're doing some really good things with our money and what we've been blessed to have. Everybody's budget's different. Some have more than others, but it's not always about how much, but what you do with what you have. And I applaud the people who really show that with little consistent steps, they're able to make progress. And that is to me to be celebrated, in my opinion. All right, so guys, I wanted to kind of go over my goals for February and then share my budget with you. I hope everybody is doing well and having a great January and getting ready to step into a new month. So a couple of my goals for the month is I want to keep reading. I do have a family member who wrote a book, and I will be supporting them and reading their book this month. I am going to be sending $400 to my car payment. Woohoo! Excited. If you watched my last video, you will see that I was able to use many savings challenges, counted all that money. Every dime is going to my car payment. And these are things that I do to make sure I'm able to reach my goals. And if it's on target, great, but if I can do it sooner, even better. But these little steps make a difference. Also, I'm going to continue my walking, my steps. I want to get up to 4 to 5 days a week. The eye exam, that was a goal for January. I did get my eye exam. However, I have a little fluid in my cornea, one of my eyes, and so I had to get eye drops. I'm taking those, and then I have to go back, get another test, and hopefully I'll be able to get my glasses. So this is a continuation from January. All right, investing. So I have been saving money because I have a very healthy investment goal for this year that is saving towards retirement. All of my investing is going to retirement. So I am going to be taking that money, investing it, and then also swapping it with prop money because I want to keep track of how much I've saved this year in that for that goal. For meal prepping, I am going to be really trying to do at least one pot meal per week. Usually, if I make a one pot meal, those things last. Like I can eat off of that for at least 3 days, which is good. Then I don't have to worry about eating out. I can save some money. I'll have food prepared, and it's just all around better. My favorite one pot meals are chili. Oh, I love chili. Spaghetti is a good one. Baked ziti is another one. Now, I do sometimes make the chicken with the pasta and broccoli, that type of meal. And so I make that sometimes too. And those, when I make them, they last. I'll have a few days of meals. So I'm committing to that. What is your favorite one pot meal? Please share in your comment. And the last item is the Roth IRA. Now, last month I said I was going to be converting my Roth to Fidelity. That is in process. It's not finished yet, but sometimes these things take several weeks to get settled. I am working on it though, and hopefully in the month of February, those funds will be completely transferred over and settled. All right, guys, let's get into the budget. So for my rent, I'm going to be budgeting $2,735. And that is less than what I would normally pay, but I do have a credit because they overcharged me last month, well, January. And I don't know, but I feel like they're going to do it again for February. I just have a feeling, but I'm going to give them one more chance. And if they don't have it right for this automatic payment draft, I'm going to switch it where I'm going to be going into their office paying by check because I do not appreciate incompetence, especially if you're doing it more than once. All right. And then I also have a credit on there too. So, but I think 2735 is the correct amount. So we'll see what happens. My electric bill is $85.72. Water and power bill is $118. Rental fee, I do rent a fridge, that's $45. And my car insurance went down. I used to pay about $136 for car insurance a month, and now I'm only paying $123.50. So that is a win for me. My internet is $75, and then my life insurance is $69. And I'm going to be paying $205 for all the cell phones in the house. And that is about three phones. Okay, I have two, and then my son, I do pay for his cell phone on my card. Now he's been paying me back, but I just clump it all into one payment. All right, so the total amount for fixed expenses are 3,000. Let's get to the number. $3,456.22. What I did this month is I moved my subscriptions to a separate category just so I can keep track of subscriptions because sometimes we forget how much money we're spending each month on these things. And then before you know it, it's out of control. So I'm keeping eyes on my subscriptions. Okay. So I have Paramount Plus, that's $12.99. Sirius XM Radio is $7.99. Apple Storage is $9.99. Notice how everything ends with 99 cents. Why don't they just change it up to $13 or $8? That penny is not going to do a lot for us, but I think they're really using that as a tactic to think we're paying less money. All right, my Apple Care is $11.50, and my Google memberships supporting other channels is $22. So my total subscriptions for February is $64.47. Okay, let's move on to variable expenses. Groceries, I'm going to be budgeting $6.75. And you know what? I think this is probably a good number to stick with for a while because have you gone to the store? Groceries are not going down in price, and I actually think they're going to be going up. I could not believe a 12 pack of eggs was in the store for $11. I just, it's like, wow. So I have noticed not just eggs, but many things. The prices have really gone up and some items even doubled. So, in terms of trying to think you're going to be saving money in this category, I think it's impossible. Now, if you decide to go on maybe get off of meats, you might can have less, but even just regular general staples, those have gone up in price. All right, and what I'm planning to do if I have a little overage is to use some of that money to bulk up my pantry. I want to really make sure I have enough canned goods and items that will last for a while, okay? So I don't have to constantly have to go to the store and pay for those items. I'll have plenty in stock. Okay, personal money, I'm budgeting $250. Now I was budgeting $400 a month for myself, but I'm finding that I don't need that much money, and so I'm going to lower it, and then whatever additional money, I'm just going to use that for probably unbudgeted and also for some of my savings challenges. I'll use it for that purpose. Moving on, gasoline, I'm budgeting 375 for the month. That seems to be pretty good indicator of how much I'm spending for gas. Eyeglasses, now even though that was something I budgeted last month. I didn't get them. And I know what glass frames I want. I went and picked out my frames. I also picked the type of lenses I want in terms of what's going to be on the lens and those extra things like anti-glare. And I think one has the transition on it so that it will turn dark, which is pretty cool. When you're driving, it sort of becomes a sunglass. I guess you're wearing sunglasses. So I went to America's Best. That was the place for the glasses. And so you can get two pairs of glasses for a pretty decent price. So once I get everything settled, I will be getting my eyeglasses and hopefully that's within the next week. Car wash is about $40. Grooming for my pet, $95. Household spending, just a small amount, but I'm going to be budgeting $50 for household spending this month, and hopefully that will be enough. Giveaways. I am in the middle of my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. So thank you everybody for 2,000 friends for subscribing, supporting, watching my playlist, watching my videos. Your support is making a big difference and I appreciate every bit of it. Thank you so much. So the giveaway is going to be closing either mid-February or when I hit 4,000 watch hours, whichever one comes first. And 350 is what I'm going to be spending. All right. I'm budgeting 300 for eating out. Eating out has gone up. Now, I don't know about you, but it doesn't matter. Like whatever place you go to, you can go to fast food, you can get a fast food burger, you can get chicken nuggets or whatever. You want to go out for a lunch in a restaurant. It's more than it used to be even 2 years ago. So $200 was not realistic for a full month. So I'm going to be upping that amount. And eventually I might have to up it to 400, but I'm hoping that 300 will suffice. February is a short month, so we'll see what happens. I'm budgeted. I'm going to keep that at $200, and that's for anything that is not part of my budget that comes up throughout the month. I can just pull it from that amount. All right, so my variable expenses, I'm expected to spend $2,660. Okay, so for debt, I'm going to budget $150 for my Discover credit card, $150 for my Sam's credit card, my Wells Fargo credit card. I only owe about $500 or $600 between that amount, and I'm really thinking about paying that off completely. But for now, I'm going to budget $100 for the payment there, and then my car payment. So I have been going up, up, up on this payment amount since I've been trying to pay it off. And $1,200 is more than double what I normally paid in the past. So this is very exciting news, and I'm happy to be really attacking that debt. So my total amount that I'm going to be sending to debt is $1,600 for the month. Okay, so let's go to investments and savings and retirement and all that good stuff. So I'm going to be sending $100 to Vanguard, $100 to SoFi. Fidelity will receive $200, and my M1 Finance account will be getting $200, and I will be sending $300 to my Roth IRA. I've already opened my Roth in Fidelity, and so now my other account is closed and the funds are in transit coming to me so that I can transfer them to Fidelity. That is where all of my any additional savings from my Roth goes to my Fidelity account. So the total amount for investments is $900 for the month. All right. My savings accounts, I'm sending $200 to my general savings account, and I am sending $300 to my emergency fund. The emergency fund is one of my goals for 2025. My goal is to add $5,000 to that fund. So I'm doing that by adding a set amount from my paycheck, but I'm also using savings challenges to boost that amount that I'm saving. So my trick for anything I'm doing, I do use savings challenges, and it's a fun way to save money. And when I get extra money, I can use that money and do more savings. All right, so my total amount that I'm sending to savings is $500. And then my last category is my sinking funds, my savings challenges. I'm sending $400 to my challenges. That means I'm going to have that money to do savings challenges and have some fun saving some money. And then my sinking funds, I'm going to be sending $600. I do have sinking funds in my Capital One savings account. And did you all hear about Capital One and what they were doing, and I think somebody filed a lawsuit. They were holding people's direct deposit paychecks, which is not good. They had a glitch, I believe, a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, it's scary when you are relying on your paycheck. So please make sure if you haven't, you start using sinking funds. Because just say you needed some money for groceries or gas. Well, guess what? You can go pull it out of your sinking fund, and then when you get your paycheck, you can just pay it back. But at least you'll have money in another category, or you'll have savings to do that. But I have never, ever regretted using sinking funds. They truly helped me in so many ways, and I would never stop saving for them. Okay, so the amount that I'm going to be sending to my sinking funds and challenges is $1,000 for the month of February. So what is my grand total? I am going to be budgeting $10,116.22 for the month of February. That's going to be my budget. I think that's a really fair assessment of what I'm going to be spending and saving for the month. And so if we go up here, my plan is for my payroll, I'm going to be adding $8,500 to this. And then for my side hustle, I'm going to set aside $1,000. Side hustle, I do have a second very part-time job. That is my side hustle. And I'm going to use that money to go here. And then my rollover is money that's been sitting in my account that I'm using for some of my goals. And so 600, let me see, is it six? Let's see, will that be enough? 625. Oh, I think so. So $625 will come from my rollover. So that leaves me with the income budget for February of $10,125. And just reminding you all, even though that's a large amount, a lot more than most people make, you can make a lot of money and still be just as broke and struggling, living paycheck to paycheck. I've had to learn the hard way that just because I get a raise or a promotion doesn't mean I need to spend all of that money. It means now I have more money to save, to budget, to pay down debt, and you can make choices with what you have. So I hope that this budget is helpful to somebody. And most importantly, I hope you're staying the course and making sure that you're managing your money and your dollars, your goals. And let February be a reminder that we're going to keep going, right? We are going to keep going. We're not going to stop. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful February. And I will see you again in my recap video for January. Bye.